everyone, this is Pritika Odhikari from Asian International School, and today I am going to describe the poem Hide and Seek written by Vernon Scannell. Now, before I start with the poem, let me just give you a brief description about the poet Vernon Scannell. Now, the poet Vernon Scannell was a British poet and author. He was born in 1922. His father had fought in the First World War. He left school at the age of 14 to work as a clerk in an insurance office. But his real passion were for the unlikely combination of boxing and literature. He won many poetry awards. He has used the resources of a rich and varied life to inform his poetry and prose. He died on 16th November 2007. Now, let us come back to the poem Hide and Seek. The poem Hide and Seek is written in free verse. The poem is told from a young boy's point of view. The desperate attempt of the young boy to win the game frames the poem Hide and Seek. The poem starts with a happy, jovial, triumphant tone, but as we proceed with the poem, we find the same tone changing into profound disappointment, into profound sadness. The poem also has a very deep meaning. The poem represents how someone might deal with the situations in life, enduring all the difficulties and problems that one faces in life, and they can emerge as winners. It can also be said that the poem describes the experience of isolation in childhood. Now we move on to the line-by-line analysis of the poem. Call out, I am ready, come and find me. So, the poem begins with a very exciting tone, and we find the small boy calling out to his friends to find him. The sacks in the tool shed smell like the seaside. Now, the children are all playing hide and seek, and he takes shelter in the tool shed. Now, he hides behind the sacks of sand which were piled in the tool shed. Now, since the sacks of sand were there, the air in the environment was filled with dampness, and it smelt very salty. They will never find you in this salty dark. He is confident, and he also portrays arrogance when he says that his friends will not be able to find him here in the tool shed. Now, we have to keep in mind that he is hiding in the tool shed alone. So, who is you here? To eradicate the feeling of loneliness, he keeps on talking to himself. But be careful that your feet aren't sticking out. Wiser not to risk another shout. Now, to protect himself from getting caught by his friends, he keeps on instructing himself. First, he curses himself so that his feet are not visible. He thinks it would be sensible to call it would not be sensible to call his friends again. The floor is cold. Now, suddenly he feels that the floor of the tool shed is cold. Now, cold here can symbolize the inhospitable, emotionless, dispassionate behavior which the child started experiencing in the tool shed, which lacks the warmth that he experienced just before he entered the tool shed with his friends outside. But he soon changes his focus towards his game, and he says, they'll probably be searching the bushes near the swing. Whatever happens, you must not sneeze when they come prowling in. So He realizes that his friends are searching for him, and he also instructs himself that whatever happens, even if he feels like sneezing, he will control it, because once he sneezes, then his friends will be able to locate him and they will come prowling at him. Now, the word prowling is basically associated with animals, animals which are hunting for their prey, for their prey. Now, he thinks himself, or he considers himself to be as a prey and his friends as animals. They are searching for him just like an animal searches for his prey. And here they are, whispering at the door. Here we sense certain nervousness in the small child as he realizes his friends are standing outside the door. You have never heard them sound so hushed before, and he himself declares that he never heard them talking so softly before. Don't breathe, don't move, stay down. We see him getting nervous and instructing himself not to move, not to breathe, not to utter a single word. And hide in your blindness. Now, when we close our eyes, what we see in front is complete darkness. Here, the child meant close your eyes. They are moving closer. Someone stumbles, mutters, and he feels that they are coming closer to him. They are about to catch him, and somebody from his friend stumbles. He falls, and they mutter. They are uttering something very softly, and that the child cannot hear. Their words and laughter scuffle, and they are gone. And slowly he feels that their laughter, his friends' laughter, their talking, everything fades away and there is complete silence. But don't come out just yet. Although his friends left the spot, he instructs himself not to come out immediately. They'll try the lane and then the greenhouse and back here again. Why? Because they will be finding him in the byroads now, and then they will go towards the greenhouse and again they will come here searching for him. They must be thinking that you are very clever. They will be considering him to be very clever, very talented, getting more puzzled as they searched all over. They will be confused, they will be puzzled, they will be baffled as they searched for him all over the garden. It seems a long time since they went away. Now, slowly his tone changes. He becomes more anxious and fearful because his friends did not come back. Your legs are stiff. The cold bites through your coat. The dark, damp smell of sand moves in your throat. These lines clearly portrays that the child is uncomfortable. He feels suffocated by the smell of the sand. He also feels helpless as he has to sit in that posture for a long time. It's time to let them know that you're the winner, and he feels that it's time he should come out of the tool shed and declare himself as the winner of the game he was playing. Push off the sack, uncurl and stretch. That's better. He pushes off the sack behind which he was hiding. He stretches himself and he feels better now. Out of the shed and called to them. I have won. Here I am. Come and own up. I have caught you. So he comes out of the shed and he declares himself as the winner. He calls out to himself, he calls out to his friends. But what we see is that nobody is there to listen to him except the darkening garden watches, nothing stirs, the bushes hold their breath, the sun is gone. The darkening garden watches, he's surrounded by darkness, and the bushes in the garden are motionless, they are not even moving. The sun is gone, the sun has already set. Yes, here you are. But where are they who sought you? He is there. He is there alone in the garden. But where are his friends? They have all left him and went back to their own houses. He thinks he is the winner of the game, but actually he is abandoned by his friends. So students, we can say that the poem is about life, the challenges that one deals in life represents the difficulties which the boy faced while playing this game when he was hiding in the shed. But the little boy was determined to win the game. So we should also show such determination to overcome all the difficulties in life and emerge as winners. The two most dominant figure of speech that we find in this poem is number one, personification. We find personification in the line, the cold bites, the darkening garden watches, the bushes hold their breath, and number two, alliteration. Sacks in the tool shed smell like the seaside. Don't breathe, don't move. With this, we are done with the explanation of the poem. Hope it will help you to understand the poem better. Only one advice for all the students: wash your hands or sanitize your hands frequently, stay home and be safe. Thanks for watching this video.